It's time that we unite around somebody so that way we can fight the common enemy.
This is Cliff Etzel reporting for the UpTake.org. May 9, 2008 saw the second return of Senator Barack Obama to Eugene, Oregon in preparation for the Oregon Democratic primary being held on May 20, 2008. The weather was ideal to welcome the Democratic presidential contender to speak to a large crowd of supporters with a rally held outside on a beautiful spring day on the campus of the University of Oregon. Progressive Oregon congressional representatives David Wu and Peter DeFazio gave introductions to Senator Barack Obama, expounding upon the close to 8-year fiasco that is known as the Bush presidency and how Senator Obama is the best candidate for bringing this country back on track.
As Democrats, behind a single candidate, but we have a unity of purpose, and that unity of purpose is to turn our nation around after 8 long years of reckless, destructive, divisive, foreign, economic, and social policies.
Supporters waited for over 2 hours for the opportunity to hear the charismatic Illinois senator to speak on the issues that Americans are most concerned about.
The state of this country required a different kind of politics. That the challenges that we faced had outstripped the capacity of a broken politics to solve. And you know what these problems are because you've been living them every day. Some of you may have family members who are involved in one of 2 wars. A war that we had to fight against those who had killed 3,000 Americans who are now based in Afghanistan, but a war also that's going on that I believe should have never been authorized and should have never been waged, a war that's cost us hundreds of billions of dollars and thousands of lives and has not made us more safe. That war in Iraq. Bring them home.
With so many issues facing Americans, I had the opportunity to ask Oregon supporters of Senator Barack Obama questions that relate to them as Oregonians.
Does all of these millions of Americans registering as Democrats outweigh the negative media message that the competition is hurting the Democratic Party?
No, it's good for it.
You think it's good for it?
I think it's good for it. I think it's getting a little too long now, but I think it's brought out the old versus the new.
What's it like for Oregon to still have a say and have this kind of attention in the Democratic race?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for us to actually have a say and actually take part in the democratic process, because normally we're so far behind the Democratic nominees already being decided. So the fact that we actually can have a vote and it actually matters is very exciting, but also kind of frustrating at the same point, saying McCain already has tons of time to campaign all over the country while we are still trying to decide our primaries.
Do you think Hillary should step away?
It's kind of a hot question. Personally, I mean, I'm a Barack fan, so I'd love to see him kind of go out there. I can understand for her wanting to stay in and all of her millions of fans to want to hang out, but I think at this point in time, it's time that we unite around somebody so that way we can fight the common enemy. You know, I think it's time that we stop bickering with one another, and I think the only logical choice, if you just look at the system, she can't really trump him, and it's just gone on too long, you know. They have to reunite instead of just go back and forth.
Oregon is known for being at the forefront of the environmental movement, and this is a crucial issue now facing all Americans. With the rapid increase in the cost of oil affecting U.S. citizens' household budgets, with such concerns as the increasing costs of growing and the transportation of food, I posed the question to some of Senator Obama's supporters about his plans to bring America to the forefront of energy independence through renewable, clean energy sources.
Do you feel that Senator Obama has a viable plan to bring this country to become more energy independent that utilizes renewable, clean energy sources?
I do, and I think probably his biggest, the best element of his plan is that he wants to engage all of the citizens in this country in seeing that that happens.
We can deal with global warming. cap the emission of greenhouse gases, generate billions of dollars that we're reinvesting in solar and wind and biodiesel, develop an alternative to the internal combustion engine. It's lasted a long time, it's done us well, but it's time we moved on. We can do it right here in the United States. Let's not wait for some other country to figure out the next great wave of technology. Let's make sure that it happens right here.
You can't create anything in this country unless you get everybody on board. And I think that he has the ability to do that. And it doesn't matter what anybody's plan is, unless you get the citizens of the country to support it, it's not going to happen.
We've longed, we've hungered for his inspirational words. Just the idea that yes, we can, or the word hope after such a long, dry spell. It's wonderful to see and hear.